Welcome back to another abyssalcraft episode. Today I'm back on my world hopping series, and I am playing the Sevtech Ages mod pack. Now this mod pack is extremely complicated. Just to start off, say I want to come over here, get some wood. I can't even do that. It doesn't drop. I first gotta go make myself a work stump, and in order to get that, I need a flint hatchet. Crafting tables, they don't exist yet. I've got to use that work stump, and I have it right over here. You go whack it with a rock. That's how you craft stuff. It's rather difficult to craft anything. I've been playing a little bit. Carrots are currently my main food source, as they are very easy to gather. And I have a little bit of copper and tin that I am currently using. Now, here in my advancement, my next step is to make these bronze ingots. Now, to do that, I have my alloy-kin bricks right over here, but I need my engineer hammer, which requires some copper ingots. And it was a whole mess figuring out how to get those. I had to create an entire block in my melter and pour it into the basin, which I then smashed into ingots with my stone anvil. But now that I have all of those materials, I can come in here and get me my engineer's hammer. There we go. I now have a kiln. So, my next step is going to be to get these bronze ingots. And making them requires 3 copper plus 1 tin. So, as I mentioned, it is annoying. I have to put it in block form first. But I will start with that. Get that tin melted up. I already have some copper. And once we get that, we'll be able to move on to our next step. So it's not actually all bad that I have to make an entire block of tin, because I also need to make this snare, which requires 4 tin. And the whole reason I want to get a snare is for this demonic will. Demonic will is not a whole lot. It's not of a lot of use at the moment. But as I get more in depth with the blood magic items, I will be able to use that demonic will for more things, such as creating sentient weapons. Whoops. So now that we've got our tin ready, we can actually go make our bronze. Now, yeah, as I suspected, we do need to grab a fuel source. I can just steal a couple of pieces from my melter. That'll get to work on making my bronze, while I go get that snare. There are many piggies nearby, so I'll probably use one of them to go kill. Come here, piggy, piggy, piggy. I know there's one right around here, because every time I come down here, it tries to look at me. Unless maybe I killed it already. I might have already killed it. But here's my strainer. It's how I get some of my resources. Ah, there's a piggy. So I have to remember how to do this. Oh. Oh, I have to throw it at the pig. Okay. I kind of wasted some snares. Oh well. Did it not work? That doesn't seem to have worked. Let's try again with this piggy. Well, that didn't work at all. My snare broke. I completely missed. So I'll have to go make some more real quick. That's annoying, but no big deal. I have quite a bit, and there's plenty more that I have yet to mine. But just in case, I'll put some more in. Now, did I keep any of that ash? I might not have kept the ash because I didn't know what it was used for. I'll move that gunpowder over to this chest. It looks like I might have thrown the ash away. That's annoying, but not too big of a problem. Oh, I had a cauldron. Okay, I have use for that later. But here on my stone grill, I'll put that log in, and I'll get me some ash in just a moment. I use the grill, that way I don't have to waste my furnace fuel. They're pretty much the same thing, although I think the grill might actually be slower. Time to go get the piggy. Rushes are rather annoying. They slow you down quite a bit. Why? Go, piggy. Well, that didn't help that I hit it. Oh, I also do have this lava pocket near me, but I can't use it as a fuel source because I don't have access to a bucket yet. I'm on my way to making a clay bucket, but that requires a turntable. Something I'll be working on later. Okay, so that piggy now has the white particles. Supposedly when I kill it, I'm gonna get that demonic will. But all I got was a pig pelt. Not sure where that's going, but that's not a main priority anyways. We'll come back to that later. For now, let's go back and get our bronze that has been cooking up while we were gone. There we go. Brains over bronze achievement. Now we get in some dark stuff with abyssalcraft. Craft the Necronomicon. It requires corallium plagued flesh. The rotten flesh is pretty easy. I actually have some of this flesh. It's from a different area that I might be visiting later on to show you guys. Oh, but it looks like I only have 2 and I need 4. So it looks like I'll go visit there now. Lucky you guys. Let me just sort out my inventory a little bit, because I'd rather have plenty of room for when I visit. Copper gear, which requires copper plates. Those looks like those are pretty easy to do. A stone gear is the same, just a wooden with some diorite. I wonder if andesite could be used. Ah, it looks like normal stone can be used. That's good. And the first time I had to make these wooden gears, I had to use buffalo teeth, which was a nuisance to get. But this time I can just use glue, which is why I had that cauldron ready, because any type of hide or pelt which, as you saw, I just got that pig, we'll be able to turn it into glue with this cauldron. So let's go set that up real quick. We'll sleep, and then we'll be on our way to the Darklands. Here we are in the Darkwood Forest. So this is where I get the Darkland wood and a couple of other materials that are useful. But the thing I am here for at the moment is this Corallium plagued flesh, which does mean I have to wait until nighttime for the zombies to spawn. But other than that, they're just like normal zombies, so it's going to be pretty easy to get some more of that flesh. And once we get that, we'll be able to get ourselves the Necronomicon. Because the other thing we need is plant cloth, which super easy. Plant twine is cheap to get. Let's go step outside, because it's kind of hard to tell what time it is in the Darklands. Okay, good. It is getting close to evening. Once evening hits, we'll get our flesh. And we'll have our Necronomicon. Now that it's nighttime, I'm getting some mobs, one of which are these shadow creatures. They're rather annoying, to be honest, but they do drop these shadow fragments, which are going to be key later on, as they are used for many different things. Normal skeleton, normal creeper, we don't really care about them right now. The step wolves, those could be used, but it looks like they're actually fighting the shadow creatures, which is interesting. I'll go take out this skeleton. Let's see, did it drop anything? Hasn't given us what we want yet. Ah, I believe these are the guys we want. Or maybe not. I don't recognize seeing this depth ghoul before. Oh! It certainly gave me something. Flesh on a bone. So it's still what we need, just not quite the way we expected. Oh, and a wolf chestplate. Free armor. That's always nice. I shall take those boots as well. As far as I know, the grave dust isn't too important to us, so we'll check that. Now that we have 3 of the Corallium plague dust, we are probably good. But let's look around and kill a few more just while we're here. Nope, that's normal rotten flesh. Don't care about that stuff. Well, I mean, we do need it. But it's really easy to get. Ooh, is that a helmet? Yes. So it looks like this place is actually a really good place to get some armor of that wolf kind, as long as you can handle killing those ghouls. Now, back over here is what I was expecting before the ghouls showed up, was this abyssal zombie. They will drop the normal Corallium plagued flesh, but the ghouls get you the bone as well, which is always nice. That's all we need for now, so let's head home. And I'm actually going to show you what took a lot of my time. I did this all off camera because I figured it would be a little boring for you to see. But back this way, so I didn't have to climb up and down quite as much, I made myself a little path. I went through quite a few stone pickaxes. Luckily, you can repair very easily, so it didn't do too much damage. But it took me a long time to finish all of this. As long as I can find it, that is. So, here's the first one. These small bridges aren't really the main part. Those are just parts that I happen to need a quick bridge across the water and didn't want to deal with making a full one. So I just made them one wide. But coming all the way past, these grassy areas were really easy. I just get to run across like this. But the part right up here, these stairs, these areas are what took me the longest, because I had to dig into the mountainside and then go place. Now, I'll probably eventually connect that so I don't go up and down. Makes it easier. Just like this, I'll connect. But I didn't want to spend too much time. I wanted to get you guys this video. Coming down here, we have another section where we go across, and then we reach the big section, the one that took me the most time to set up. If you're wondering what those... Oh dear. Come here, horsey. There you go. If you're wondering what those holes are, we'll actually be visiting one later on, as it's another part of the abyssalcraft achievements. I have to get a statue made from the flesh of the creatures that live there. It sounds kind of nasty, and it is, but that is also how abyssalcraft has been set up. So we just work with it. Now, right over here on the other side of this hill is the big one, and you'll probably understand why it took so long to set up. It's big. And with only a stone pickaxe, this did take me quite a while to set up. But from here, it's also a pretty straight shot to home, as that's the land mass, I guess, where home is. And there's my village. I'll probably clear these rushes at some point in the future, just because getting slowed by them every time I go by is kind of annoying. Bye bye, creeper. And here we are. Go ahead and sleep, because I no longer want it to be nighttime. And I will go put my horsey back, because it likes to wander off for some reason. I don't actually know why, it's really strange. But you're coming over here, horsey. Sorry, but you have to stay tethered over here. And I lost it. Oops. Leads are rather annoying. They're better than nothing, but still rather annoying. I'll take out this zombie, because I can use the flesh. Now, to find the... Oh, to go make the plant cloth. I just need that twine. I've got the fiber, so I'll just make it real quick. That should be enough. Oh no, I was one off. There we go, I've got the 9 I need. Gives me that cloth. And here we go. My Necronomicon. So I won't look through those right now, as they're not really an important part of what I'm working on. I'll go ahead and put a lot of this wood and other materials back. I gathered quite a bit along the way, including these fragments. I could actually make a shard with them. Here on our next step, that's what I was talking to you about earlier. That Shoggoth layer, those are the little black holes in the ground. Now, those things are pretty massive and they can hit. So I don't really want to wait for them and then have to take them out. So I'll just make that statue myself. Okay, so this is actually not too difficult to create. To make my statue, I just need 8 flesh plus the decorative version. And the decorative version is not very difficult either. Some clay, a monolith stone, and some cyan dye. Now, the monolith stone is actually going to be the most annoying to get, just because I have to go mine it. But the cyan dye powder, that one won't be too bad. I just have to find the right flowers. Then and it looks like there's only these 2. So hopefully I can find them, but I don't think they're going to be too difficult to find. Right there. There we go. I'll go crush it up in my millstone. And once I have that, we'll step out to go find that monolith stone. Now, I don't know for sure, but I believe all that is that black stone surrounding. So, if I take my horse on a little trip, I'll head out this way, as I know there's one right over here. Probably would have been better to sleep before I left, but actually, it looks like I'm not going to go that way as there's a river. I know there's one over here and it's not too far away. But I will sleep before I go this time, as I don't particularly fancy being near those areas with it being nighttime. Now, in there, you can see they've already started spawning. And there we go. Get away before they come after us. Let's go! Actually, I can craft this one on in my inventory. Oh man, if I had clay, I would be able to do that. But it looks like I put all my clay away. Oh well. Once we get back, we'll get our Cthulhu statue. And that'll probably be where I cut this episode off, as I'm starting to run out of time. I wish I could do more for you guys, but it would get too long then. If you're interested, I have my Discord that you can come chat with other people, hang out, or even give me video suggestions as to what I should do. Now, the other big thing is, I have my server, the Abyssalcraft server. It's going to be a very similar setup to how Hermitcraft works, but it obviously won't be entirely the same. And one of the biggest things is you guys have the opportunity of joining. If you'd like to join, just stop by the Discord. You'll always get the bonus of getting to do all the other things as well. But if you'd like to join, instructions will be there on the welcome page on how you would actually go about joining. There we go, we have the decorative version. Here's my Shoggoth flesh. I have the full statue, and there we go. So it looks like I actually got ahead of this one. So, just so you know, the whole reason I got some parrots, I just found them flying around, was in the totemic mod. You can do different things, and that's actually how I got this bow, was through a certain ritual, and that ritual required an eagle bone flute, or an eagle bone whistle. And by using this whistle, to get that whistle, I obviously had to find eagles. The problem is they don't spawn naturally in the world. I had to turn some parrots into them, and it was a whole lengthy process. That is why I have these wind chimes and these drums over here. And then the buffalo are both a source of food if I want, and they can give me leather. Although leather is annoying to make, as you have to dry it and all that other stuff. I'll show you that process if I happen to need it to make it elsewhere. That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and let me know what you want to see next. Enjoy!